Flat's been like filling out slowly. I've been getting little bits every month, every week. I've been like buying something for the flat, whether it's just like something I need or something I don't. I'll be honest, I've kind of prioritized stuff I don't need because it just makes me happier. Like the non-essential things like books to fill out the shelves and stuff like that. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff secondhand just so that I'm not, one, spending a load of money, and two, just getting a load of like new stuff that doesn't need to be new. Books don't need to be new, do they? Like, I kind of like the idea of a secondhand book. I also finally got some lamps for my bedroom. I really wasn't happy with my bedroom until the lamps were in there. Like, I felt so uncomfortable in that. I even wasn't sleeping that well. I don't know what it was. I think it's just the room didn't feel finished until I had some nice lamps that I actually liked. And I didn't want to just go out and buy something I wasn't happy with. I really wanted to make sure it was something I liked. And I knew, and in my head, like, I suddenly was like, I know exactly what I want to give it kind of like a calming tone or calming feeling, is like rice paper lamps. All the ones I could find online were like LED ones, or like quite small, and small is good, but I knew that I wanted lamps that could take smart bulbs, which means they had to be a little bit bigger. And I finally found these ones online that were on eBay that I'm really happy with. For me, smart lighting is really good for the bedroom because like when I want to wake up in the morning, having the lights come on automatically is like really helpful. I can change the colors and I can choose when they come on and turn off automatically, which is really nice. And now that those are in place, like, yeah, I just feel like the bedroom's a lot more complete and I feel so much more relaxed in there now. It's crazy how much like the lamps had an effect on my like comfort in that room. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, when I had like 2 lamps that were just placeholder lamps, temporary lamps that didn't match or anything, I don't know, I just felt like, I just really didn't like being in there. So that was like really important for me to sort out. And now I've got that, like, it's made me feel so much more relaxed here. I was tempted to get another rice paper lamp for in here, but like, I'm not gonna lie, I've got too many lamps in here. I've got like my 2 main lamps. I've got now a shelf lamp, lights all around my computer, and I also got one of those IKEA ball lights for like down by the window, which is another thing that I was like really excited to get. So I've got like if you count the lamps in my flat, it's something stupid, like 5, 6, 7. That's already too many, right? Like, there might be a few more somewhere hidden away. Yeah, I don't need any more rice paper lamps in my flat. I like lighting, okay? I really enjoy lighting, and I like smart lighting because you can have it all changed to the same color and theme. Today, I'm actually going to do some productive stuff. I'm not just going to talk to a camera. I'm actually going to do a spring clean out of my clothes. I'm going to go through some stuff that I know I've not been wearing much recently and I've been putting off getting rid of, but I know it's time to say goodbye to some items of clothing. Like, oh, I've got way too many clothes, way too many shoes, way too many jumpers. So yeah, I'm going to go through a few things and get rid of them. So let's go do that. Right, I've got a pile of clothes here that I'm going to go through. I kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to either give away or at least like decide on. It was all kind of shifting down one side of my clothing rack sort of thing. So I'm just going to go through it basically. So this coat I bought, and I'll be honest, I like it. I just never wear it. It's wool, so it's quite itchy. That's like one of the reasons I don't wear it. I always try and save it for like if I'm wearing something long sleeved. And I'll be honest, I don't wear a lot of long sleeve stuff. I like pushing up my sleeves, or I like just wearing short sleeve stuff. I do like it. I mean, you know, wearing over this shirt doesn't really work, but like it fits me pretty well. It feels kind of sleek. I like it. I just don't wear it ever. And it's clearly kind of an autumn kind of coat. So it's not even like I can really wear it out now and kind of decide on it. I'm gonna keep it, this one at least, until next autumn, and I'm gonna make sure I stick it at the very front of my clothing rail so that I wear it, and then I'll decide next year if I'm gonna keep it or not. There's one down. It's not a great start, right? This is a cardigan that I picked up a little while ago now. I've had this for years, and again, I just never wear it. Like, I remember buying it when I was working in an office where we had to wear a lot of shirts and stuff, and I felt like at the time it went well with the sort of clothes I was wearing back then, but I just don't think it really suits my style these days. It is just a basic kind of cardigan. It's not even like knitted, it's like cotton, and it's got a zip on it. Not sure I like the zip, it's a bit too modern for what it is, and like, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of like a basic, right? It'd be handy for an extra layer, but I feel like I've got so much other stuff that does that job. I'm gonna put that on the pile to get rid of. So this jacket, I loved this jacket when I first got it. I actually ended up, I got this way back when I was younger. I was in my early 20s, and I was kind of going through a phase where I was tailoring my own stuff a little bit. I remember I was buying a lot of trousers and like tailoring them to make them skinny. Jackets as well, I was tailoring them to make them fit me better. This was one of the jackets that I did sort of slim down for myself. It looks very worn out, which is kind of the style of it, and it looks good if you wear it like as an outfit that looks kind of vintage. But I just, whenever I put it on now, I'm always just like, it looks a bit too worn out. It looks too faded, it looks too kind of floppy. Again, I can't really put it on with this shirt. It doesn't really go, but like, to give you an idea of what it like looks like. Like, I don't know, I like that the sleeves are quite long, but it's also quite a cropped jacket. And I am wearing more crop jackets recently, but don't know. It's one of those jackets that's really sad to say goodbye to, because I loved it when I got it, but I never wear it. So I really should just give it away. So next up, we've got a jacket that I picked up because I remember when I saw it, I was like, I have nothing like that. It's a very deep blue denim jacket with a sort of like NASA style badge on. It's from Zara. I don't know if I got it from Zara, if I got it secondhand, but I just remember thinking like I need more colour in my wardrobe, and this was kind of my answer to that. But again, I just ended up not wearing it a whole lot. It was a bit too, the colour for me was a bit too bold, and I like bold colours, but not if they're a bit kind of, I don't know, it just felt a bit cartoony. I couldn't match it with really anything that I owned. I've worn it a couple times. I have other jackets now that do the same role, the same job of like bold colours and stuff like that. I've got a denim jacket that I actually really love, which kind of makes this one a bit redundant. My plan was always to get rid of that badge and put on some of my own badges. And I even thought at one point of like filling it with badges and kind of making it like a bit of a jacket that kind of was like quite personal to me, but I should just get rid of it. Someone else will enjoy it a lot more than me, I think. Now this is another jacket that when I got it, I loved it. And I'll be honest, I don't think I really knew how to style it at the time because I was wearing a lot of grey. This is not the right outfit to try on clothes with because it doesn't go with anything on top. Yeah, I was wearing a lot of grey and I was going for a lot of minimalist kind of outfits, and this jacket was great for that. But when I stopped kind of wearing that style, I stopped wearing this jacket, which is a shame because I really like this jacket. And I think even though I've not worn it in quite a long time, I think it's kind of gonna be making a comeback in my wardrobe. Like, I think I've been recently wearing only like oversized jackets and stuff like that, but kind of like I mentioned in my spring outfits video, with wide leg trousers, I've been wearing a lot more like cropped jackets and like slimmer fitting jackets. And I feel like this could look really good with some wide leg trousers. It's quite smart as well, and I'm sort of leaning back into more smart wear. I think I will keep this one a little bit longer and see what outfits I can create with it. And if every time I put it on, I'm like, nah, and put it back, then I'll think about getting rid of it. I do like it. Yeah, that one is to keep for now. We got this jacket, which I picked this one up secondhand. I think this is Zara as well. No, this is ASOS. I picked this one up secondhand and I loved it. Funnily enough, I got this when I had blonde hair, when I had like shaved blonde hair. And I remember this kind of matched my hair. But now, I'm not sure. I kind of like it. Every time I put it on, I like it. Every time I see it on the rail, I'm like, I never pick it out. It's tricky. I like the green. I really like the green. It's like a different style. It's kind of like a little bit sporty, but like like vintage sporty, you know? Let me try without the undershirt. What do you think? I kind of like it. This is one of the ones I really thought I'd be getting rid of, but I kind of like it. Is it springtime or autumn time jacket though? Like I would have said autumn, but I would wear this right now. I've got to make myself wear it. The stuff that I'm keeping, I've not worn, like all of this I've not worn in a while. So if I'm keeping any of it, I need to make myself wear it so that it doesn't just stay on the rack again. Yeah, I quite like that, especially with a vest underneath. I'm keeping this one for now. If this doesn't appear in my Instagram, have a go at me. This jacket, I don't know, I have like a love-hate relationship with this jacket. I kind of love the different tones, and it's something that I don't have a lot of, is like patterns. A lot of my jackets are kind of just like one base color. It goes with a lot of clothes, but I just can't get over how old it looks. I don't know, like I love an old vintage style, but this just feels a bit too, I don't really like this design. But when I put the jacket on, I was like, ooh, this feels good. So I'll put it on now, I guess. Again, imagine there's no shirt underneath it. Ah, it feels good. It feels good. It's annoying because this kind of thing is like, I haven't worn it enough to feel like I've got my worth out of it. And I'm like, I'm kind of stuck between, if I haven't worn something in ages, I should get rid of it. But at the same time, if I haven't worn something a lot, I feel like I can't get rid of it yet. This is going on the maybe pile. I probably will get rid of it, but I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a chance before I get rid of it, to see if I do want to keep it for like another year or something. Because again, it's very autumnal, so I can't really try this out now. I don't know what the point of doing a spring clear out is when you're not going to wear any of this in spring. A lot of this is like wintry, kind of autumnal kind of look, so it's difficult to know really. I should have done this in autumn, I think. This is a nice shirt that I picked up secondhand. Again, it's a very vintage look. I remember I got some compliments on it when I wore it, so that like solidified it as something that I wanted to keep. But again, it's just something that I just don't wear. I just never get it out. It is nice. Not a big fan of like the stripe of off-white down there, because like when you have it open, it just kind of looks a little bit odd having that there. I'd love to know what you think in the comments, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. So next up, we've got a coat that I really loved when I got it, but it was never quite what I wanted. So it's kind of like an old trench coat. Obviously great for spring. I would wear this right now, but the problem is I always wanted it to be a bit longer, and it just doesn't feel exactly like what I want out of a trench coat. I've got another trench coat, which I've been wearing quite a lot on my Instagram, which is a lot bigger, a lot bulkier, so it's good for winter. It's not so good for spring, and this feels like a good spring one. I just don't think I like the length on it. Like I like it, especially with this cap. I really like it, but I feel like I can find a better one, but I haven't yet. So that's why I've been holding on to it, because I haven't found one that I'm happy with, but I also just don't wear this. Tricky. Tricky. Yeah. I think I'll have to let go of that one. I also kind of like the idea of, if I'm getting a trench coat, getting something that is a bit more special to me, like a nice designer one or something. I don't want to spend loads of money on one, but like just feeling like it's something that is I've saved for, sort of thing. This cardigan I found secondhand, and it was super cheap, so I just kind of got it, and I really liked it. I love this kind of vintage, kind of cozy, feels like the sort of cardigan you'd wear when you're back home for Christmas and you just want to be cozy. Problem is, when I go back home for Christmas to my parents, they have the heating up really high, so I always end up just being there in like t-shirt and shorts. But to be honest, I'm not sure, I don't think I like it that much. It's a weird length. It feels like it should be, but it's not. It flares out a bit at the back. I think it's been stretched, and I tried washing it a few times and it just never went back to that shape that it should be. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I think I just held on to it because it was so cheap. I was like, well, I might as well keep it. But it is just like, I'm not feeling it, to be honest. I should get rid of that one. This is a cardigan that I picked up, I think secondhand. Again, this is from an era where I was wearing a lot more black, a lot more grey, a lot less colour. I think I outgrew this like a few years back in terms of style and like what I'm into. When I got this, a lot of my cardigans were kind of vintage, a bit like the previous one. A lot of like thick knit stuff. And I remember thinking like, oh, this would be good if I want to look a bit more modern, a bit more smart almost. But I just don't need it. I just don't really wear stuff like this anymore. And if I would, I'd probably just get an all black one with a nicer collar perhaps. So that is jackets and a few shirts. I've still got to go through like shoes and trousers and stuff like that, but to be honest, I'm running out of time. I've got a friend coming over in a bit, so I need to start clearing the decks and get on with cooking dinner. Let me know if you think I made the wrong decision about any of that stuff. I think most of it is pretty outdated now in terms of my style. I like to hang on to something just for a little bit longer than I probably should before I get rid of it, because there have been things that I've gotten rid of and then regretted it like a year later. So my friend Kathy is coming over to the flat to hang out. I'm gonna cook us some food, we're gonna chill out, so I'm gonna get started with that once I've put my washing away.
You know,
So
like
when it rains,
like
you just run down there.
where they like collect water.
Yeah.
In little, and then they just drink.